Hey guys, and welcome to a new footprint setup video. In this video, I want to show you an absorption setup with EUR USD that is pretty reliable and you can use for your personal trading. Let's go. So before we hop into the footprint chart, we're gonna do our technical analysis. First of all, I want to show you what trade I'm talking about. I'm talking about this trade right here, this reversal. So basically a buy setup right there at this bottom, with the assumption that the price is going to retest this resistance area. Before we see the footprint chart now, we're gonna do our technical analysis, and we start right off with the trend line. As you can see, we had a very nice correction right here and a breakout out of this trend line. So when you mark it up, you can clearly see when you extend it that you have a potential support area right here. Additionally, to make sure that we have a great confluence, we want to see whether there's also a horizontal support area. We can clearly see right here already there has been a resistance, right? There has been a lot of relevance, as you can see right here, a lot of rejection, and then the breakout, again retest of this area, and demand. Here a fake out, another move upwards. So basically a very nice support area right here. When you look at it, you see very great level here. Rejection, 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 fake out, another test, and here again rejection and the support resistance flip. Then we had a breakout and now a retest. I'm usually not a big fan of trading the first test of the support, but in this case it was pretty obvious. When we look at the footprint chart, I will show you. I'm usually waiting for a three-wave pattern when we have a correction, like an ABC pattern, so this would have been even better, but in this case it was pretty obvious, and I will show you why. On the bottom I have the cumulative delta, which is showing you that there is already, or there has already been, a very nice divergence. So I switched to the 5-minute chart so it's better to see. So what you basically see is the price moving down and the delta is confirming it, right? We have more sellers in the market so far and the price is moving down. Now see what happens as soon as we get to the support. We still have aggressive selling, but price is not moving up. So this is showing a divergence, showing that aggressive sellers have not the power to break the support, as someone is holding this area with passive buys, which is called absorption. So buy limits are basically taking out all the aggressive sellers. So we have a nice retest of the support area and we have a divergence showing that aggressive selling is not having any impact on price anymore. This should be your first sign of evidence that there's a potential reversal happening very soon. So now we're gonna hop into the footprint chart and I'm gonna show you what I saw. So first of all, I would tell you what I use when I trade with the footprint chart. What you can see is I'm using the volume profile in the footprint chart, which is shown next to the candles. Then I use the horizontal delta profile on the left side, basically showing me whether there were more sellers or buyers on each tick or price. On the bottom side, you see the cluster statistics showing me the delta, the volume, and volume per second, so the speed for each candle. So I have the vertical as well as the horizontal volume in this chart. So let's see what happens with the entire move downwards. So first of all, we see a very nice fake out here at the top. As you can see, there has been a move up. The candle closed right there. This is the candle opening. We see sellers up here, buyers up here, some exhaustion at the top, and the price started to move down. Instant V reversal, and we see the market moves down. We have POC shifts to the downside, aggressive selling, and markets continues to move down with a lot of dynamic. As you can see, there's some imbalances here, and market continues to move down. Break the VWAP, continues down to the support area. Now note this, and this is very nice to see and already very obvious when you just look at the divergence, because what we can see is in this candle, when we broke the VWAP, we have a high volume of 1,328 and negative delta of 100. Then we have even higher volume, 2,585. Again, very negative delta. Then we get a volume of 4,600. Still negative delta. And then finally at the bottom, right at the support, a volume of 5,994. And now note this, the higher the volume is, the less impact we have on price. Look at this, we have higher volume, right? But less impact on price, because you can see here at this candle with the highest volume, all the sellers were down here. There has been a little bit of exhaustion down there, but the price is not moving down anymore. Instead, the price moved up and closed above all these sellers down there. This is clearly giving us the evidence of absorption. So you can see aggressive selling, market moves down, and the more volume we get, the less impact we have. I mean, slowly more buyers are coming into the market and all the sellers are getting absorbed, because sellers don't have any impact anymore on price. So this is the first evidence. We don't want to do anything right now. Now look at the horizontal delta. What do we see? There where all the sellers are, the price is not able to close. Means passive buyers are always pushing price up again as soon as the sellers are coming in to push price down, or they try to push price down. We know there's a divergence. We know there is a potential absorption happening. We know that aggressive sellers are losing power. We know there's a support area, a trend line. So we should be careful right now and see if the sellers are going to give up and buyers are willing to push price up. Now this is a very strong evidence of a reversal, because we know we have a divergence. Absorption is definitely happening. We see it right in the chart. We had one test, a fake out with very high volume, another retest with a very negative delta of -200. All the sellers are down here, price is still moving up, so we know there are buy limits pushing price up, and again another retest and price is not moving up. So what do we need for price to move up? We basically need aggressive buying power, because only market orders really can move the markets. Or we need very, very aggressive front pushing, which would allow just a few buyers to push price up. So what do we see right here in the next candle? We see suddenly a very strong imbalance of a lot of buyers right here. 154 buyers came into the market and pushed price up, and they just dashed through all these sellers right there. So we basically got two ways to trade this. There's a passive and aggressive way. The first way to trade this is, I'm assuming that this passive buyer is not giving up and holds the price zone. So what I can do is, I'm looking for the areas of high volume, which is right here. Here we got high volume, right? Because there's the POC, there's the POC, there's the POC, point of control. And I'm assuming that price is not going to break through this high volume zone, because this is where all the absorption is happening. So I'm placing a buy limit at this zone with the stop loss below this entire support area, and my take profit is close to the VWAP, which is giving us a risk reward of 5.5, close to this resistance area here and the VWAP. This is the aggressive setup number one. The second one is, this is when I want to play more safe but I have a worse risk reward, is when I wait for this aggressive buyer to come in, or aggressive buyers to come in to push price up, because absorption plus aggressive buying makes it more likely that the price is actually moving up. Or I'm waiting for front pushing, so buy limits coming into the market, chasing price upwards and make sure that aggressive sellers cannot push price down. So what I can do is I can wait for this breakout and then set a buy limit here close to this aggressive buyer. For example here, I'm gonna get in with a market buy order as soon as we break this roof here of sellers, as soon as we see their aggressive buys in the market, and I'm gonna go long here with a stop loss again below the support area and take profit up here at the VWAP or close to this resistance, would give us a risk reward of 2. Yeah, but that's it. This is the setup with absorption. Once again, just a little recap. We had a move to the downside. We already see a delta divergence, or we see a divergence in volume and price action. So we have higher volume, we have negative delta. The higher the volume is, the less impact we have. So we know there's absorption happening by buy limit orders, making sure to take all the liquidity from the sellers. And then we just wait for the final move by aggressive buyers, which are supporting the absorption and making sure that price is going to move up. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3 tests, of the support area. I usually like to wait for at least 3 tests because then we have a very strong confirmation for a potential reversal. You can either trade, like I said, in an aggressive way, place a buy limit down here close to the bottom of the support, or you're gonna wait for a breakout and aggressive buying. This is the setup that is more safe, but overall, when you see an absorption like this and you get in here at the bottom, let's say you get in here and you don't see aggressive buys are coming in the market, you can always early exit the trade and then rather wait for aggressive buys. If it's not happening and price breaks through that support area, then you know probably a great breakout setup right now with aggressive, because aggressive sellers are basically, you know, taking out the absorption order. Yeah guys, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like that video, if you like that content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment if you got any questions. I see you in the next video. Peace.